There's something one of the oldest and biggest whiskey brands does not want you to know, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. First, I'm gonna show you why one of the most iconic whiskey brands on the planet is doing something kind of sketchy. Maybe even misleading. Then we're gonna reveal the bottle and your reaction is probably gonna land somewhere between...
Okay.
And...
Oh.
Finally, I'll explain why it's actually more respectable than you think. But to start, we gotta pour it blind and see what people really think right now.
Best part of my Wednesdays.
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh. It kind of smells like, kind of sweet floral.
This comes across very light.
Pretty light notes.
Smells light, smells fruity.
Fruity.
It smells very green grape.
Like fresh fruit and honey.
Crisp apple, like pear.
Some jammy farm. A little homemade farm jam.
Fruit cocktail.
Like fruit punch. I don't know what fruit that is, but
I want to say like a cherry as well. Something
a little bit of cherry.
Just a tiny bit of vanilla.
the lighter fruit side.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Really light fruit.
And tropical.
A malt of some sort. This could be scotchy. Like this could land anywhere. I'm excited for this.
Smells nice.
Comes across a little thin, to be honest.
Yeah, simple, just kind of a lower age statement.
It's just not super stout.
Yeah, it's just kind of very simple. It's just like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, that's not...
It more than anything, though, it's just very subtle.
Yeah, I don't want no delicate pansy in my nostrils.
This could be an Irish.
By the way, that sound, Kyle's not dying, it's the dog. What are we doing? What's all that noise, huh? Not feeling it. This distillery claims to be the oldest licensed whiskey maker on the planet with the year 1608. So the story goes like this. King James I handed a license to distill whiskey to a local landowner and boom, this whiskey was born. Except that license wasn't for the distillery. It was granted to a Sir Thomas Phillips, a colonial settler who had no connection to the current brand. So it's kind of like claiming you're a Roman emperor because you bought a coin off of eBay. And it raises the question, if that origin is half myth, what about the whiskey?
Okay.
Oh, that's really friendly. Okay, I'm gonna assume an Irish.
It's very friendly.
It's a little lighter.
Sweeter than I expected.
Sweet, fruity, cherries.
There's a teeny sweetness, like a vanilla cake even.
Bright, but also light.
Very similar to the nose.
I'm still getting that fruit cocktail.
It's like a blast of fruit and all this sweet brightness.
A little bit of oak.
And then I get this like really pleasant spice.
A sweetness that's not caramel, almost like a very light cinnamon or spice kind of quality, something you'd associate with fall flavors.
Kind of like a salty quality.
A nutty kind of Christmas something to it.
But immediately it goes from soft to this really interesting spicy burn.
There's a weird aftertaste.
Which, like, it transitions so quickly.
It's got a little bit of a kick, but yeah, there's no body really.
Yeah, it's still very light. It almost tastes very proofed down to me.
Doesn't really weigh in on your palate.
Not crazy about it.
It tastes like there's not enough whiskey in my whiskey.
I actually don't hate that taste.
All right, so here's what's actually in the glass. 40% alcohol by volume, it's 80 proof. And this isn't a blend, it's a single malt. 100% malted barley, triple distilled, and copper pot stills. It comes from the edge of Ireland, where whiskey's quietly been made for centuries, and most Irish whiskey uses some unmalted barley. This whiskey doesn't, it's all malt. Malting just means you soak the barley to wake it up, you trick it into thinking it's time to grow, then before it sprouts, you shut down that process. And it unlocks sugars for fermentation and transforms the flavors that eventually end up in your glass. But are those flavors good?
1 to 10 personal preference.
4.5.
It's kind of a 4 for me. I don't really love that, to be honest.
I'd say 6 on this. Not that it's bad,
Probably like a 6. It's not like exceptional, but it's pleasant.
just not much going on.
There's not enough of anything to kind of make me jump.
Not something I feel like I would reach for. So it's probably, yeah, mid shelf.
4 or 5. I would give it a 5. And also with Joe's 5 being the lowest, I saw that. You can't have 5 be the lowest. It's 1 out of 10, man. I'm the only one scoring accurately.
That's a 4.
And this is a 5. Shoot.
This episode is sponsored by Z-Biotics. Z-Biotics is a pre-alcohol probiotic. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. So here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. So pre-alcohol introduces an enzyme to break that byproduct down. So just remember to take the pre-alcohol, your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. If you want to try it for yourself, you're going to click the link in the description to get 15% off your first order at checkout with free shipping. Plus, Z-Biotics is offering a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied for any reason, they're going to refund your money, no questions asked. Check it out. For the longest time, Irish whiskey has been known for blends, not malts. You got your Jameson, you got your Powers, you got your Tullamore, all solid, but all blends. This bottle, if you like to listen to the old school whiskey drinkers, the kind who have been sipping neat since before whiskey was trendy, this bottle often pops up as a personal favorite. Not the loudest, not the rarest, but one they keep coming back to. So how much do you think it costs?
I think this is cheap. I think this costs probably $48.
25.
$75.
Please tell me 50 or under.
Something around the $30, $40 range.
Before tax, $49.99. It's a 10-year-old triple distilled Irish single malt from one of the oldest distilleries for under $50.
$50? Okay. That's not, you know?
$50 makes me feel good in terms of just the drinking quality of this.
What have you brought me?
Alrighty.
This is... Oh!
Bushmills.
The Bushmills 10, really? Okay.
That just doesn't taste like 10 years.
Bushmills, the 10-year-old single malt. It's not flashy, it's not dramatic, it's not finished in wasabi barrels or sprinkled with celebrity bathwater. It's just Bushmills. Actually, I have tape on it for the blind tasting. There's supposed to be teal colors here and whatnot, but anyways.
Oh, I was reading this, trying to read this side, not the front label. Irish. Oh. The afterbirth retronasals. There was like a vanilla that popped out.
Finish.
I don't really know any of these terms. How do I work here? I don't know.
Worse than that. She'll learn it, she'll know it, and she will intentionally not say it.
Let's be real. I won't ever learn it because mine is better after birth.
Honestly, I feel like this is my most slept on Irish whiskey. I skipped over this and went straight to the Redbreasts or the Spots.
And it does come with centuries of receipts, even if some of those are sketchy.
1608.
1608.
1608.
1608.
Or 1608.
They've been making single malt that long?
Oh, wow.
According to Bushmills.
Oh.
How genuine is that?
So Bushmills did not exist in 1608. They acquired the rights to that license centuries later, and honestly, that's not unusual. Whiskey brands love to slap established in 17 whatever, 18 whatever on the bottle. Even if the original distillery shut down 2 centuries ago and the current building opened last Tuesday, and there's zero continuity of operation, of ownership, of production method. But Bushmills is just playing the same game as countless other whiskey brands.
Oh, well, we have this all the time in US distilleries where somebody will claim heritage and they'll be like, since 1820 whatever. And it's just not true at all. They just bought a brand that technically existed.
Somebody started a distillery in 1608, and they bought the legend.
They're like, you know what? Yeah, slap 1608 on there. Sounds good.
They've heard of whiskey since 1608.
We're not the best because we're the oldest. We're the oldest because we're the best. The world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery.
Yeah, kinda. But Bushmills is legitimately old. The old Bushmills distillery was officially founded in 1784 by a guy named Hugh Anderson. So it's still one of the oldest whiskey makers. And when Ireland's whiskey industry was broken down to just 2 distilleries in the 1970s, Bushmills was one of them. The other was Jameson. That's it. Everyone else was gone. And through all of that, they just kept making their whiskey. They didn't chase column stills or flavored releases. They just kept doing 100% malted barley, triple distilled. They've launched the oldest Irish single malt ever bottled. It's 46 years old. So context, let's look at where Bushmills sits in the whiskey world. Today, it's the third best-selling Irish whiskey globally, behind Jameson and Tullamore Dew. That's roughly 1 million cases a year. But here's the weird part. In the US, where Irish whiskey is booming, people don't really talk about Bushmills. The part of the problem, I think, is a single malt from a country where most people associate Irish whiskey with blends. So Bushmills gets caught between categories, too Irish to be Scotch, too familiar to be collectible, too traditional to be trendy. Newer brands like Proper 12 get more hype and attention. Redbreast gets the whiskey nerd love for being complex and premium, and Bushmills, it's just there. Quiet, reliable, like an old man who's been sitting at the bar since noon, loyally sipping the same drink for 40 years while all the kids are TikToking around him.
Yeah, and then you have this random Irishman come up and offer you his drink, and you don't want his drink, so he punches you in the face. That is Bushmills.
There's more to the story besides the oldest licensed whiskey distillery in the world. I see this as the Keep Calm and Carry On bottle. It burned to the ground in 1885, rebuilt, survived Irish wars, economic collapse, and American Prohibition. Their headquarters and warehouses were bombed and destroyed by Germany in World War II, and they just kept doing their thing. And when I started looking into it and found the 1608 silliness, I gave it some side-eye. But then the more I considered who they are, who they've been, and what they've survived, big picture, I kind of ended up respecting it more. But do you like this whiskey at least well enough to put it on your shelf?
Probably not.
I have a Bushmills at home.
Yeah.
I never really drink it. Still rather go for that Teeling, that $25 Teeling.
Oh, totally. Yeah. This is pleasant.
You know what? Yeah, 40 bucks? Yeah, I'll put that on my shelf. 50? No.
No, I wasn't that impressed with it, even if it was a better price. I don't think it would have been my jam, to be honest.
I like more drama in my whiskey.
To be fair, I do keep going back to it. It's not bad, though. I can't make up my mind. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 5. We're going to 5. 5.
Honestly, it makes me want to see what else Bushmills is up to, because like I said, I skipped over.
But not bad.
Look, a lot of us get fixated on legacy, the history, the heritage of whiskey, and it's fine, but the stories we're told about those things, they're often bullshit. Sometimes not total bullshit, but there's definitely a dose. And when we do episodes like this, I'm not here trying to take the romance out of whiskey. I'm not saying the emperor has no clothes, but he's usually in his skivvies and it's cold out. Look, frankly, I don't give a shit what's in your glass. The best whiskey is a whiskey you like to drink the way you like to drink it. Personally, my thoughts, we wade through lies and egos and agendas daily. Whiskey comes with manufactured stories and marketing mythology, but I love something more when you can see the messy truth and still enjoy it anyways. So the whole oldest licensed distillery thing, here's the truth. Bushmills owns a license that dates back to 1608, but the guy who got it had nothing to do with the actual distillery. Bushmills started in 1784. It's still old as balls, but it's not 1608. So who's the oldest? Maybe Kilbeggan. They founded in 1757 with a license in their name to prove it, but they shut down in 1957. They sat dormant as a museum for 50 years, but never lost their license. Kilbeggan owns the oldest license tied to their site, but unlike Bushmills in Middleton, it didn't operate continuously throughout the collapse. So to answer that very simple and direct question, I don't know what to tell you. It's a complicated world, man. If you expect whiskey to be any different, there is no shortage of pompous posers and people eager to sip their silliness. Fortunately, I am immune to the hype. Oh. I just dropped a 16-year-old in a Marsala cask? Fuck, is that a gold leaf bottle? Bye. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of the Bushmills line? And does Irish single malt need to be more of a thing?